welcome everyone to the Tesla.de event. There's been a lot of speculation as to what the D stands for.
And here we're back with Tesla, and at the moment Tesla it's a bit undecisive. It doesn't know where to go, moving on sideways on a very shaky but with not too much amplitude. Started the day with a big amplitude and now it's stabilizing, but at a lower level from the one we just bought at 1500, and so we're losing $20 per share, and we bought 7 shares. So the strategy for the day would be to hope that it goes 3% plus in order to make a bit of a gain. At the moment it was going down, went up and down again, and the second down went through our limit level that we set up, which means that our goal of 3% seems a lot further away than expected. So this purple line was based on a few bottoms that we had from previous days and today's starting bottom. So then we saw it went through it, but it didn't really close underneath, but now it did close underneath. So that means, the uptrend that we started the day with, it's broken. Now it seems to be on a downtrend, and that means that in order to recover our investment, we really need to sell as quickly as possible, I would say, when it gets above the 200 moving average. I don't see Tesla going too much high today, so we'll see. We'll follow it up. And to summarize the previous video, we sold 9 shares of Proto at a loss of around $60. We kept one to follow it up, so we know it's minus 5%. And now we're going to rescue Armstrong World Industries. We'll sell 14 shares and we'll keep one to track it. And at the moment, it's in a turning point. That's Proto. We'll close that. At the moment, Armstrong World Industries, it's in a turning point, and that looks pretty promising. And we're still underneath the 200, but the fact that these seem to be parallel is like they don't want to cross each other, and that's good. So the entire trend, it's a bit similar to Tesla. It's been trying to get past over the 200 moving average, but it didn't manage to, and then it went below. So the moment this thing crosses again, the MACD crosses with the signal, we'll sell it. Okay, this leaves everything more clear. When you see the magnitude of this drop compared to this trial of recovery, which already is starting to go down in direction to the crossing point, we are really in a downtrend. That shows that we really are going down. So, this is a very short interval period. It's just 1 hour gap, so it's not representative. But it's something to keep an eye on, something to worry about. The fact that now we're moving around this limiting line that we set up, artificial support line on temporary, so that's a bit worrying. Luckily now it looks like there's some volume going up, and that might help. And jumping to Armstrong World Industries, we can see that it still has a parallel line the MACD I'm talking about. And that's really good. As long as it continues, it might, if it goes past over the 200 moving average, we're not going to sell. But something I need to do is modify the sell, and we'll put 99 by now, 69.99, and we'll go back to it. Otherwise, it would have sell off right now. It would have, and that's what happened with Proto. It just sold directly, and I forgot about it. The more I think about it, I see that selling Proto was a big mistake. Look at this. It's positive. It was positive. And actually, I lost track of it. And it sold off before I could set the limit, the sell limit higher. So look at what happened. More or less, we sold it here. But then it continued to rally all the way up. And that's what happened. So at the moment I'm thinking, what can we sell that will give us some liquidity? And I'm thinking about either Upwork or Spotify. And because these are the ones that give us the less loss. Although at the same time I'm trying to sell Armstrong, which we're following here, and it continues to go up. So if it just goes up, we're not going to sell it logically. But any other options? And we'll have to do that. The thing is that the entire portfolio looks so red, and only a few of them are going up. So it's a bit concerning to reduce some losses and rescue these ones that still have a very small loss. Okay, and we wanted to check out what happened with the Federal Reserve conference yesterday. And I can see here that they're going to leave the interest rates unchanged. And so that's good news. So that should mean that today should be a pretty bullish day, because most people are going to start investing already the money that they still didn't get. But okay, let's check out for Boeing what's going on and see if we're going to buy some Boeing. I don't hear it. Okay, it's talking about the top tech CEOs. A bit of market analysis. We can see NEO actually. It's in the most active ones and losing like -3%, almost -4%. And another interesting thing is that we see Advanced Micro Devices, AMD, is still going up. It's been a few days that it's going up, and with a lot of momentum, a lot of volume. And Warren Buffett just invested $800 million of Berkshire Hathaway in capital in Bank of America. So if we analyze that, we see the Bank of America is going down. But will that help to go up? Would this be a good moment to invest thanks to the injection of capital? I think this might help. We can analyze this. We can see already it's on an uptrend in the 1 month. And so far it didn't move much ever since the big drop. So, almost double itself actually. It did pretty good, but it's been very slow, steady move. And it could still have a lot of potential, almost like 70% to go up. So it looks pretty promising. So I will keep an eye on that. And Boeing on the other side is going down. It had reported earnings, 2.4 billion loss in quarter two due to the thing that we know. And yeah, they decided to cut on the 473, sorry, 737. So, and they announced that they're gonna have job cuts. So, yeah, a lot of negative news for Boeing, and I'm surprised that it's only going down -2%. So I can expect, I think we can expect in the coming days that it will go down a lot more. We need to see one of those big drops. I would say a 20% drop, and that would sanitize it a little bit. Seems like going back to Tesla, Tesla stock today seems to like this limiting line that we set up in here. So it's just going around it. So eventually it will meet with the 200 moving average, and from there we'll see if it goes up and down. And yeah, it seems to be having a direction and creating a wedge in after that. I don't know, probably we should set a stop loss in order to be sure that we don't get distracted and sell off in case we drop below this level. I mean, now we need to set a new line, and we'll put it in yellowish, and we'll do like a new trend line. So that would be the alarm. If we go under that, we sell, okay? If we check a bit the fluctuations in the MACD, we can see there was a big drop, but then it's smoothened out. It got agitated, and now seems to want to relax a little bit more. So yeah, and we are getting to soon to lunchtime. When we get to lunchtime, that's gonna be an important moment. Normally Tesla at that point likes to either go up or down in the last days. That's in the last days. So, and that's all in my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. The best is that you do your own research. When I look at the portfolio, what I like to check for is which are the ones that are giving benefit, profit, and which are the biggest losses. So we got rid already of most of the shares. We just kept one and one as reference. And then we see the NEO is going down 5%. Normally, I would cut losses there. At a 5% level, you cut losses. And with NEO, it's different. I know NEO goes up and down in big amplitude moves. So we'll leave it there the same way we do with Tesla. We keep Tesla because one day is minus 1,600, the other day is plus 1,600. It depends on the day. For the other ones, the next one to watch out would be Cohen and Stairs. And yeah, that's the next one. Intel is the other big weight in the portfolio. And at the moment, it's at minus 2.4%. And Intel seems to be very steady in a down trend. But today is only going down minus 0.7%. It had a bit of a shake-up, and then it stabilized itself. So at the moment, I wouldn't touch anything. We'll leave it there. And back in Tesla, we can see that the moving average just touched the signal. It's going to change directions. And this is the moment we've been waiting for. Let's see if it takes off and at least goes above the 200 moving average. This is a good moment to like and subscribe. There you go. It's good now to talk a bit how to build your own portfolio. So one of the tools you can use is a heat map. You analyze by day, for example, what's the situation right now. You can see the green ones. I talked about a book called Horse Sense, which is a marketing book I read many, many years ago when I was studying. And that book really remind me of that it could be applied to anything. It could be applied to trading. I have a link in the description. That book actually tells you that you need to learn who to choose, how to make your decisions. And it makes a reference to like horses. So you have to choose your horse. Imagine you are into horse racing and you need to choose your stallions. So you obviously want a good horse, a good stallion. You don't want the last horse. So stocks are a bit the same. You need to choose the horses, the stocks, and you want to choose the best ones. So already, for example, we know Intel in general, it's a pretty good stock. It's a very solid company, and that's why we chose it. And we chose the opportunity for it to go up. At that moment, it was down. And if we analyze, for example, Intel's performance, it has been down for the last week, 21%, and for the last month, minus 17%. So the way I see it, it's one of the only companies that was down so much, besides Boeing and a few other little ones. Delta, Love, Southern Airlines, American Airlines, mostly airlines, I would say. So we didn't want to be into the airline industry, and here you have First Energy, okay, which we also bought some shares of First Energy to diversify a bit the portfolio. The idea is to have a bit of everything and everything that has potential to grow in the short, medium term, so that you can trade them, you can swing trade them. So yeah, that's my idea. That's what I like to do. And I have other ideas now. I would like to set up a system in which, for example, let's check out Kodak now. You see Kodak, yeah, nothing changed much with Kodak. But what I wanted to see is the gainers, no? If you are going to choose, you want to choose from either the most active ones and the gainers. So from the gainers are the good horses. You want to choose the ones that have a possibility to grow. So the ones that have grown so much already, it's very rare that they will continue to go up. They get to a saturation point. So it's more interesting to go for the less saturated ones. So in that case, we will need to click down to reverse the sorting order, and we get the ones that are going up, but are at the lowest percentage with potential to go up. Then you have to go inside each of them and decide which one you believe they have the most potential. So I'm not going to go through that. That would take so long. But my idea is to create a system in which you evaluate which are the new active companies, gainers, and track them through the day to see which ones have the most potential to grow. And especially that would be interesting at the beginning of the day which is when you're going to see the new ones coming out, and you might be able to just buy a few shares of each and see the ones that go up the most, and you buy more as it grows up. So, but that's just an idea. It's something I'm trying to put in my head to come up with a little system to get them. And why would you choose companies with big volume? Normally, it's because if there's more volume, it's related to offer and demand. Imagine if there's no volume at all, and that happens. There's some stocks that have no volume, and I've traded those too. They have sometimes very high volatility, but little volume. So sometimes you have to wait, and sometimes you put an offer, and it reaches the price, but even though the price is your price, your limit price, it doesn't get sold or bought because there's no volume. There's no one at that price, and the stock is at that price. And sometimes you put, okay, I'll sell 100 shares, and you only sell 10. So an example of that would be Superior Energy. Here you have it, which, I have 1,000 now. I don't know how that happened. I had 61, and okay, so I think I had another order for that one, and it went through, and we can check that out. So we go to Activity, Transactions, and it should be here now. No, that was a different day. No, that was today. Okay, that happened. Yeah, that happened today. So I remember I had 61. So you see, it splits the order. We had 1,000, and it split it in different levels, but all to the limit price that you selected. So Superior Energy, it's a stock that has very little volume. So here are the 61, I remember. Here you have 61, which we bought yesterday, but the offer was, I said, was for 1,000. So only 61 got bought. And that's what happens when you trade in low volume stocks. That's why you want high volume, and you can diversify. You can have some high, some low. And the good thing about Superior Energy is that it has high volatility. So it can go 20% up in 1 minute, and then it goes minus 20% up. So here you have the ones with the most volume, and based on that, you will have to decide which ones you want to get or analyze. It's something you have to do. I mean, look, you have NEO, high volume, but it's going down. You don't want to buy NEO unless you wait for it to reverse, to turn around and start going up, and that's when you buy it. And the other thing is, for example, Advanced Microsystems, Micro Devices, AMD, it has been going up for so long that from my point of view, it's a bit risky that there's more chances that it goes down, so there's more chances that you'll make money shorting it than by it going up. But so far it has a very good uptrend, which is really positive, and that's also something you want to check for. So even though it might have gone up so much, it might be a good stock. So that's something you have to decide. It depends on your portfolio, your strategy, and what you're doing at the moment. Okay, so now checking out the portfolio, I can see that Upwork has been doing pretty good. So it might be time to sell some of the shares or most of them, since we have a very small weight on the portfolio. So we'll check for that. We'll analyze if it's a good moment to sell, and we'll sell some off to get some earnings, because we need some earnings. So far we've been negative, and then the big loss ever since we decided to go all in Tesla it's humongous, minus 22,000. So we need to recover some of the loss. So we'll sell a few of the shares of Upwork, and we'll check out at what level. Okay, so far for the day, look at this beautiful graph for Upwork. So in pre-hours, it went down, and ever since it opened today, it's been having big oscillations and getting a bit smaller through time. So that means it's getting more stable. And at the moment, we're at a very high point. It continues to go up, still going up, and eventually it has to go down. So far, we're at 1440. And if we sell right now, we would make $70, which is not too much. But that would give us liquidity to buy again when it's at the bottom, when it drops. But will it drop like 3%? That's what we need. We have a target of 3% minimum in order to pay the 1% tax plus fees and make 2% benefit. So let's go for it. So I just put an order to sell, and at the moment the cells are trading between 1441, 1443. So now it's starting to go down. I think it's a moment to wait. I'm gonna put it a little bit higher up. Let's put 75 and see if in the next wave we sell it off. Actually, it's still not going down. It didn't cross, so it's still in an uptrend. So, and from experience, from upward, more or less when it gets to the 1440s, it finds resistance and it goes down. So it might be a good moment to sell, although here I can see it was 1445. Okay, that might be one of the 1448. We could try that and see if we reach there. So in order to do that, we just go and click and modify 1449, let's put. I see now it's trading all the way to 1446, 8, and it's still going up. So we don't want to sell it too low when it can go up. And at the moment, it doesn't go in any direction. It doesn't know where to go. We'll check again the order. We'll keep it open to see where it goes. We're in 1 minute. I'm gonna change to see a bit direction of the 200 moving average. So we're above, that's good. And that would be the limit. Yeah, it looks like a very nice rally, but could it continue today higher up? In my opinion, I doubt it. I doubt it could go higher, but I'm sure I'll be wrong. I'm pretty positive I'll be wrong. But look at this. The gap between the signal and the MACD got bigger, a lot bigger. So that gives me some hope. Okay, as we extend it this way, it looks like there's more possibilities. I mean, you see some bear action here, but still going up. I mean, it's been there for a while. It's been in the 1444 for a while. So it might be time to move down, or there's no demand for our price. Let's check. It's trading between 1444 and 1445. What if we put 1447? Here we're talking about pennies. We're talking about pennies. But I just want to see if it goes up a little bit more. And then we'll extend it. I mean, so far, actually, since it didn't touch, I don't want to lower the price. I'm pretty sure it can reach 1449, given the situation that it's already up there. And we still have this gap between signal and MACD. Oh, what we can check is the RSI, which it's almost getting too oversold. But yeah, so far it's not. It looks like, I mean, you can see the momentum. Yeah, that's a very steep climb. And it doesn't move. 1445. Ah, we're in the 5-minute now. Oh, sorry, yeah, I forgot I clicked on 5 days. And now we see some, okay, it's going down. So we'll change to the MACD. Now seems to be changing. So we'll just change it to 1445 and see if it sells. It might be too late. Oh, it was too late. Oh well, we'll have to wait a little bit because our profit was so limited, $70. So it didn't make sense to sell it for less. We can still verify with the portfolio. Oh no, it was $50 even. Now it's not even worth selling it yet. $50, 47. So it's better to wait a little bit. At least we need 3% profit. So what we can do is leave the order open, and we can calculate a bit more, like and we'll put, in case there's a new wave, it goes all the way up, and we'll put 55. There we go. Oh my God, look at Tesla. It just went above the 200 moving average. I didn't even see that. I didn't refresh the page, so it was showing 1480. And look at this. Look at this. It went up, down, down. Now it's in a down change. It just changed to go down. But yeah, the good news is it's above moving the 200. And let's check out if we change the 200 to 180. How does it look? Not much of a difference. We're still above it logically, but I wanted to see. We'll put the 200. And as I said yesterday, here's where you can change exponential and simple. I always prefer exponential because it's more accurate. How does it work? Exponential gives more weight to the closings closer to your time, to now, than the one farther away. So if you have 200 days, so day number 1 of the 200 will have very little weight, and day 200, which is today, has a higher weight. And that shows a more realistic statistic. So yeah, that's good. We were going down. We are crossing. It seems like those are many crossings, very quick crossing, up, down, up, down. A lot of indecision, but this might break up, and that's what we want. And that would be the best thing of the day.